Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, moving to our next agenda, the 10th Sadli lecture by Professor Mari Elka Pangestu and Professor Christoper FIndlay. But first, I invite the chair of this session, Mr. Kiki Verico, PhD. Kiki Verico obtained PhD degree in International Studies from Waseda University in Tokyo and publishes academic articles in peer-reviewed journals such as the Asian Journal of Agricultural and Development, Bulletin of Indonesia Economic Studies, and Economic and Finance in Indonesia. Before he has been appointed as Deputy of Director Research of LPEM FEB UI in early January 2016, he was appointed as Head of International Trade and Macroeconomic Research Division of LPEM FEB UI from August 2014 to December 2015. Mr. Verico, may.
Thank you very much. We at the LPEM, with the support of the ANU Indonesia projects, probably presents this is a very recent topic on the service sectors in the context of ASEAN, on the Indonesian experience, and subsequently followed by the first Internal Service Summit 2016. And before I invite all the prominent speakers and discussants to join me to the stage, please allow me to read a short CV, although I know that we know the speakers and discussants. First speakers will be Professor Christoper FIndlay. He's from Adelaide University and Head of School of Economics since November 2005. And he obtained PhD from ANU. And he works for service sectors very recent and published articles in international journal related to this topic. And I found that at least 3 of his works co-authored with Professor Mari Pangestu as well. Before published this paper, they are already co-authors. So, and then the next speakers will be Professor Mari Elka Pangestu. Ibu Mari is a guru besar, our professor in the University of Indonesia. Obtained PhD from University of California, United States, and she was a former minister in 2 ministries, Ministry of Trade, and then Ministry of Tourism. And I always remember that Ibu Mari is always, to me, associated as a pioneer. I remember 10 years ago when we start talking about creative economy, Ibu Mari is a pioneer, one of the pioneers of this creative economy. Now, in the early stage of ICT revolution, that we start to talk about the service sectors, Ibu Mari already start to promote the service sectors as a driver of change. So I really respect Ibu Mari, also my teacher at the university, back in the university. And our prominent discussants is our professors. Professor Verico is our dean at the Faculty of Economics and Business University of Indonesia, and also senior researchers at the LPEM. He obtained a PhD in economics from Brown University, United States. And last but not least, Mr. Schwarz, whole MBA from Columbia University, is a founder and CEO of the Asia Group Advisor, and also a member of a committee at the Indonesia National Red Plus Task Force. And so we are very happy to have prominent speakers and discussions. So without further ado, please join me giving in a round of applause to the speakers and discussants. The the speakers, each of the speakers will be giving presentations maximum 30 minutes each. Professor Finlay first and Ibu Mari after, and then discussion will be giving around maximum 20 minutes. So we're going to have at least 30 minutes for the course. And if it's not enough, you can continue in the after lunch session. Thank you.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's a pleasure for me to be here with my old friend Christoper Finlay to deliver the 10th Sadli lecture. You can see a picture there. You may not recognize the person on the right. It's a younger and slimmer me with Professor Sadli. I believe this was on his 80th birthday, or it seems like or book launch or something like that. But certainly Pak Sadli was one of my greatest mentors, and so I have attended many Sadli lectures, and this is the first time I'm actually the one delivering the Sadli lecture, so I do it with great pleasure. And unfortunately, Professor Saparina Sadli, Professor Sadli's wife, is unable to come today, but she's well represented today by the nephew, Denny, and also we always refer to Adit as Pak Sadli's cucu, grandchild. I still probably, when this picture was taken, you were running around, still around the house. So I hope that you can pass the message to Ibu Sadli, our greatest respect. And it's hard to believe that this is already the 10th Sadli lecture. And Professor Sadli, some of us know him very well. He's always at the forefront of thinking and new ideas. So it's good that we can talk today about the services sector, which is, as Tom Lembong just mentioned, the Minister of Trade, that this is really the future of Indonesia. This is the 21st century issue. And I'm glad to be on this podium with my old friend Christoper. Christoper and I go way back when. I don't think we care to remember how long we've known each other, but we knew each other as graduate students. That's how long ago we know each other. And we've done work in the past together, and so it's a great pleasure to do it today on services. Next. Today we are going to talk about a paper which we have written in line with the 10th Sadli lecture, which is already being published in the Bulletin of Indonesian Economic Studies April issue. And the Sadli lecture always takes a contemporary topic and put it in the regional context, because we want to see Indonesia in the regional context. So today we are going to talk about the services sector as a driver of change in the ASEAN context. There's 6 topics in the outline. Christoper will be doing topics 1 to 4, and then I will conclude with topics 5 to 6. So, Christoper, you have the floor.